Namaste, welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. For today's practice, we have a request to put some time in helping to release tension along the lower back and helping to lengthen and align the spine. So we'll add that to our practice physically. Make sure that you have 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, which is a pillow, and a blanket. Let's begin, if it is appropriate for your body, in some form of hero's pose where you set the knees down in front of you, no wider than hips distance apart. And you can either sit directly on your calves or give your knees a little more support by sitting on a block or 2 between your ankles. Let the tops of your feet press into the ground and take a moment to mentally and physically arrive in your practice. Briefly, I'd like to share with you a theme that's been coming up quite a bit very recently, a reminder. And since I'm receiving this message quite a bit, I thought, this might be a message I need to share as well. So this is from the Oracle cards, Nature's Whispers, written by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. And I not randomly, shuffle, take a few deep breaths, and even have some meditation before I pick a card. And this has been coming up quite a bit. And it is a calling to maintain your childlike spirit. People call it adulting, this day-to-day life of, paying bills and going to work and doing the so-called obligations to sustain your life. But how do you tap into your own childlike spirit? Nature holds all aspects of life. This light is the same brilliant light that shines out of every child while they are still in touch with the magic of the world and nature. Find the innocence of your childhood light within you and reconnect with it. This light represents your virtue and holds the memory of perfect trust, fearlessness in others, and total self-reliance. It will allow you to see the world with the eyes of a child. You will be excited to learn new things every day. How much happier our world would be if everyone reconnected to his or her purest essence. So how do you bring a sense of wonder and ability to find joy even within the unknown and uncertainty? This eagerness to be in an adventure even in your day-to-day life. Not having to go seek out an adventure somewhere else necessarily, but last Wednesday I talked about finding the magic in the mundane. How do you find the magic and wonder with what's right in front of you and the day-to-day things that happen? How do you find that in the postures that you practiced many, many times before? It's part of cultivating a beginner's mind, which is a mindfulness practice itself. Looking at something with fresh new eyes, even though you've seen it so many times before. Letting go of, I know this already, I've done that already, and having just an open perspective. What's new about it this time? That's why I invite you to infuse into your practice today and see how it resonates. Let's begin by just being with what's here now. Physical body, start to mentally scan yours. Sensing the breath as it is. Notice how you're feeling energetically. Observing your mind and your energetic heart. Sense how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Begin to slow down the breath. A few times breathing into your nose and out to your lips. Might you bring that sense of curiosity as you savor each bit of the breath coming in and the breath coming out. Try holding the breath at both ends for a few seconds and just noticing what you experience there. Continuing to invite a fuller breath. What is something right now that you can feel genuine gratitude about? And what is something you would like to reinforce, strengthen, or cultivate through your practice today? Setting your intention. And sometimes it can be as simple as letting yourself smile for no reason, for no particular reason. Just playing with childlike wonder. Now I invite you to choose somebody or a group of someone's or something that's important to you to dedicate your practice to today. And together, let's chant to open the space with resonance, to set our intentions and dedications. 3 ohms. Noticing the breath, let's start to use it to regulate your energy, inviting calm, focus, and balance. So as you breathe in and out, begin to even out slow breaths, both directions, as you're creating a gentle whispering sound by closing your lips and softly narrowing the back of your throat. Listen to a few cycles and bring a quality of smoothness, of calm, of gentleness, evenness, and steadiness to the breath. Now, as you keep that rhythm gently audible and as consistent as you can, let's make our way into child's pose. We'll start to gently stretch the lower back and lengthen the spine. So bring the inner edges of your feet together to touch. Knees can be together or apart. Sink your hips back to your heels and stretch your arms forward. So this is an active version or extended version of Balasana, as though you're reaching for something that's way ahead of you. So keep actively stretching the arms while drawing your shoulders and your hips back. So it's like you're lengthening in both directions. Lengthen the top of your head forward as you rest your forehead on the ground or on a prop. And do my best here. Now, as you step your hands apart, as wide apart as your shoulders, keep your palms flat, face down, and begin to spin your outer upper arms or triceps towards the ground so that you're spreading the shoulder blades wider across your upper back. And at the same time, keep drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Continue to do those two actions as you now separate your feet, hips distance, parallel the feet and tuck the toes. Where your hands are and your feet are, keep them as you lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, bend your knees and lift your hips as high as you can while pulling your hips as far back as you can. Drop the head, soften the neck. How's the breath? Continue to wrap your triceps downward and draw the shoulder blades away from your neck. As you engage your belly, begin to press your right heel into the floor.
So it's hard to hear you.
And then press the opposite heel into the ground and breathe in. Exhale the opposite heel to the ground, breathe out. So that's slow. And as you're going slowly, notice the sensations you're experiencing in the backs of your legs. Can you bring that friendly curiosity that is that characteristic of that childlike spirit? And then play with swiveling the hips to one side, maybe looking under the opposite shoulder as you do that. Swiveling the hips to the other side, looking under the opposite armpit as you do that. Sort of like you're dancing the twist. Few more deep breaths. Let's come on down to hands and knees and spin the fingertips to turn out so you can stretch the inner sides of your wrists and forearms. We'll start in cat-cow and then add some more free play to the movement. As you breathe in, glide your chest forward. Look up as you roll the shoulders back. As you breathe out, lift the belly, drop the head, and round the back. Try at least a couple more cycles of cat-cow like this. Taking your time to let your breath pace the body. And then feel free to switch up your hands. Feel free to switch up the direction of your movement for several more cycles of breath. Like a little adventure of just not having to plan, just feeling and flowing. Experimenting how it feels to go in one direction, to change it up. I'm going to invite you to play a little in your different postures, even though there's some alignment standards in some postures. And just see where you could add a little more adventure in the pose. Once again, lift the hips back, downward dog, and then walk up to the front of your mat into a standing forward fold. Separate the feet at least, hips distance apart, parallel, and then bend the knees generously. Reach the hands behind you to clasp or hold a strap between. As you breathe in, lift your spine forward and draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, fold in, stretching the arms away from the lower back. Maybe shake, nod the head, flutter the lips. Let your entire spine unwind here so that if you're tensing in the neck and the shoulders or the back is rounding, you can bend the knees as deeply as you need support. A way to help decompress the spine here. A few more deep breaths. Let the arms go as you bend the knees generously, dropping the head. Inhale, start to roll up as if stacking one vertebra at a time, lifting your head last. Mountain pose. Let the palms come together at your heart center as you reconnect to your intention, the feeling tone that you're setting for this practice. Moving with that as we salute the sun with gratitude. Surya Namaskar Si. Inhale, sweep your arms up, roll your shoulders back and look up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your fingertips outside your heels. Inhale, step your left knee back to a kneeling lunge. Look up. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, then chin in Ashtangasana. Inhale, slide forward and gently coil your chest up. Cobra. Exhale, lift your hips back, downward facing duck. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee, gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Inhale, rising up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your hands in prayer at the heart. Once more, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen forward, or step back, kneeling lunge, look up. Hold the breath as you step to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, then chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot beside your right thumb, left knee down, look up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and bow. Rooting down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands together at your heart. And then from here, let's step the left foot all the way back. Cartwheel the arms apart, entering warrior two as you align your right heel to intersect the arch of your left foot. Bend the front knee, and then I invite you to add some movement to your hands. Maybe you circle them at the wrists. Maybe you bring the movement up to your elbows and shoulders, maybe your neck. A few more deep breaths, just exploring here. A little playtime in Virabhadrasana too. And what's your body asking for? Where does energy feel stuck, if any place here? How can you bring some gentle movement into those areas to help energy to flow more freely and to create more space? Straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Slide the hips towards the back wall. Lengthen your torso towards the front. Lower your right hand on your right leg or just outside of it. Raise the left arm. Now, as you're wrapping your right outer hip under you, tack the crease of that hip back towards your left heel. Send your shoulder blades down the back. And once again, about 4 more breaths, add some movement to the top hand. Maybe the bottom hand. Maybe bring the hands in prayer or extend the arms overhead with a micro bend in your right knee. A little bit of core strengthening. How is your breath here? Inhale back to warrior two. Flip the right palm to face up. Exhale, peaceful warrior, side bend towards the rear wall. Inhale through warrior two, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Mountain pose. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, feel free to sigh it out. Step the right foot all the way back. Cartwheel the arms into warrior two. This time aligning left heel to the arch of the right foot as you bend left knee just over the ankle. Now start to bring some movement to your fingers. Sense the movement of the breath as you do this. Into your wrists, into your elbows, into your shoulders. Maybe lifting the corners of your lips into a smile. Just sense the energy in which you are approaching your physical yoga practice right now. Straighten the left leg, glide your hips towards the rear wall, lengthen your torso towards the front. Lower your left hand, raise your right arm up. Draw your left hip back as you lengthen crown of your head forward, creating space in the neck. Where does your body want to move? If it does, maybe you want to be still. How can you bring that playful lens, that sense of wonderment in stillness as well? Few more deep breaths. Inhale to warrior two, bend the left knee, flip the left palm to face up, exhale, peaceful warrior. This time, cartwheel your hands to the floor and step into plank pose. Pause in plank, 3 deep breaths, lift the sides of the belly, lengthen the neck, and I invite you to dare to smile. With a slow exhalation, come forward, lower through chaturanga, hugging the elbows to your ribs. Come all the way down. Slide your knees close together and backstroke your left arm to catch the inside of your left ankle or foot. If you can't reach it, you can catch the outside. Extend your right arm forward. And as you hug the knees close together, start to kick your left foot into your left hand while pulling the foot towards you. And then lift the chest, draw the shoulders back, raise the right arm forward. This is a belly resting dancer pose. A few more deep breaths. Exhale, let it go. Make a pillow out of your forearms to rest your forehead. And allow a couple of deep sighs out through the mouth. All right, side two, slide your knees close together, bending your right knee, backstroke your right arm. If you can, reach the inner side of your right ankle or foot. Extend your left arm forward. As you kick your right foot into your hand, pull the foot towards you, lifting the knee. Lift the left arm and drop both shoulders back. Deep breaths. Relax the face here. And see if you can somehow add some softness to the neck. One more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Resting your forehead on your forearms. Pause, couple of deep sighs if you need to. All right, this is our last active posture, bow pose. Slide both knees close together and bend them both. Reach back for whatever you can reach. As you kick your feet into your hands, pull them towards you and lift both knees, no wider than hips distance. Draw your shoulder heads back, opening your heart space with deep breaths. 5 to 10 breaths. Dhanurasana. And when you've emptied the last breath, let it go. And this time, as you rest your forehead down, let's bend the knees, lift the feet, and windshield wiper your shins side to side, helping to loosen the lower back. Couple of lion's breaths. Inhale in through your nose, open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue, and release any sound. Once more. And let's slide the heels of your palms alongside your floating ribs and press up onto your hands and knees, all fours. Preparing for a spinal twist. We know those can help to release tension along the spine, called thread the needle. So as we're about to thread the right arm under the left and rest the right side of the head down, Here is an option. You can either keep both knees on the floor as you do that, or step your right foot out to the right so that the sole of your right foot is flat on the floor. Arch of the foot in line with left knee while you're twisting. So press your left hand into the earth. Inhale, raise your right arm, open your chest. Exhale, thread the right arm under your left bent elbow. Lower the right side of your head all the way down. If it doesn't meet the ground comfortably, use any of your props as a pillow. Be here for about 10 slow breaths in and out of the nose. Let your shoulders relax away from your neck. Try to keep your left and right hips leveled in height, which helps to stabilize the lower back here. So you're twisting just beneath the rib cage across your waistline. Slowly press up back to all fours. And if you stepped your right foot to the right, I invite you to step the left foot to the left. Press the right hand into the earth. Inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, thread it under your right bent elbow. Lower the left side of your head all the way down. Use a prop if you need, and try to level out your hips. Invite space in your neck as you soften the shoulders back. And let the twist deepen across your waistline. About 10 deep breaths. And I invite you to step back into child's pose with the arms reaching forward again, feet together, touching. Keeping your heart and head close to the ground, begin to walk your hands to the right side as far as you can, stretching the left side of your torso. Breathing into the left side of your torso. And then slowly walking your hands through center, reach them to the left as far as you can. Breathing into the right side of your torso. Coming back through center, slide your hands back alongside your knees. Drop your chin to your chest, and as you breathe in, really slowly roll up, lifting your head last. So you might be sitting directly on your calves in hero's pose. You might be sitting on a blanket that's stuffed behind the backs of your knees if you need knee support, or in a different sitting position that allows you to really be upright. Let's open up the fronts of the shoulders a little more. So bring the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. See if you can hug the heels of your palms together. Now imagine you have a tennis ball between your elbows. Squeeze that tennis ball and wrap your hands to the right side of your hips. Then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder and let the belly slightly draw in as you lengthen the lower back here, lifting it from the hips. Relaxing your mouth, your tongue, your eyes. Couple last deep breaths. As you exhale, release your arms and lift your head upright, and then raise the arms overhead. Imagine you have two ropes that are hanging from the sky, and you're reaching up with one hand to pull onto one rope and then reaching up to pull onto the other. And just try that a couple more breaths. And let the arms fall down. Pause a moment, deep breath. Let's bring both arms behind your back and switch the interlacing of the thumb and index finger on top. And if you can, hug the heels of your palms together. Squeeze an imaginary tennis ball between your elbows as you wrap your hands to the left side of your hips. Now drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Draw in your navel, lift it up. Press the pelvis down. Then relax behind your ears. What sensations are you feeling most strongly in your body right now? And giving them a friendly, curious attention. Maybe a soft, subtle smile on the face. Couple last breaths. As you exhale, release. This time, let your arms just gently shake out. The shoulders shimmy out. And then once again, sitting tall, especially in the lower spine, as you press the pelvis down, lift the spine from the pelvis. And let's start to gently circle the head. Drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, circle your ear to one shoulder. Gently tilt your chin up. Exhale to the opposite shoulder. Gently tilt your chin down. Go as slow as it's comfortable for you. A couple of cycles in one direction, and then a couple of circles in the opposite direction. Maybe keeping a subtle smile on your face. As you come back to center, let's bring the legs out in front of you, and we'll prepare for a seated spinal twist where you extend your left leg forward, flex the foot, and step your right foot on the floor in front of your right hip. Take hold of your right shin with both hands, and as you hug it towards you, keeping the foot still, draw your shoulder heads back and lift up from the bottom of your spine through each vertebra and through the back of your skull. Feel your chin. Keep it parallel to the floor and glide it softly towards the back of your throat. As you keep your throat open, your chest open. Now backstroke your right hand to the floor behind the pelvis. And as you feel your sitting bones press the ground, lift up from the base of your spine to your crown. Breathe in. Keep your pelvis still and exhale, turn your chest to the right a little bit. Inhale, press the pelvis down, lift up a little taller. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, draw the belly in, continue turning the chest. And just like that, about 8 more breaths. Spinal twist. Now, if you can keep the shoulders relaxed and the chest and throat open, while hooking the left elbow outside of the right thigh, you could add that leverage. If it causes unnecessary tension, let it go. On your next exhalation, unwind your spine. Let's bring the sole of your right foot high up against your inner left thigh and either take a strap and place it around the ball of your left foot flexed, holding it with 2 hands, or raise your arms overhead and still flex the foot. As you press your sitting bones down, turn your chest so the middle of it is pointing at your left pinky toe, and then plug the shoulders down, lift through the back of the skull. Keep your chest broad and open, breathe in. Firm in the belly and exhale, hinge forward just a little bit, pause. Inhale, press the pelvis down, stretch from the lower spine to the crown. And then exhale, fold another little bit. Keep going each breath. Now you're either holding the strap or holding the left wrist with the right hand around the sole of your foot. As you press your pelvis downward, start to lift your chest. Breathe in, slowly rise all the way up. Let's slide the right leg forward and flex that foot. Step your left foot on the floor in front of your left hip and hold the shin with both hands. As you press your sitting bones evenly downward, lift up from each vertebra through the back of the skull. Broaden your collarbones, relax the shoulders. Parallel your chin to the floor. Keep your throat open. Now backstroke the left arm. Place the hand behind your pelvis. Sit up a little taller as you breathe in. As you breathe out, pull in the belly and start to turn your chest to the left. Again, press into the ground. Inhale, lift up. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, keep twisting. Little by little on your own. Maybe, if it doesn't add any unnecessary tension, hook your right elbow. One more deep breath. As you exhale, unwind your spine and bring the sole of your left foot to hug your inner right thigh. Either place a strap around the ball of your right foot flexed, holding it with 2 hands, or raise both arms. And as you press the sitting bones down and sit taller, turn the middle of your chest to face your right pinky toe. Draw the shoulders down, open your throat, and sit up a little taller as you breathe in. Just a little bit of your range as you exhale, hinge from the hips. As you inhale, pause. Press the pelvis down, lengthen the spine some more, and then continue breath by breath. If you're not holding the strap, maybe you're wrapping your hands around the sole of your right foot, holding your right wrist. Pressing your hips downward, breathe in, slowly rise up. Let's straighten both legs forward for seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Have your feet hips width apart, and as you flex both feet, press the insteps of your feet forward. Ground your sitting bones and firm your outer hips towards your midline. Those actions create more traction to support and stabilize your lower back. Choose to either place a strap around the balls of your feet as an extension of your arms, or to raise both arms to clasp your big toes eventually. So draw the shoulders down, firm in the belly, lift the sternum, and have that natural space at the throat. Breathe in here. Just a little of your range, hinge forward. So like earlier in Janu Shirshasana, the previous pose, take your time. Got about 10 breaths here. Find only the degree of the forward fold in which you can maintain the integrity of your spine and your breath. Meaning you're not rounding the back and closing off the breath. You're able to breathe fully and fully lengthen the spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Throat is open. As you press your pelvis downward, begin to lead from your chest again. Inhale to slowly rise. Circle at your feet, circle at your shoulders. Any last little movement before we lower down for Shavasana. Allow your feet to splay apart wider than hips distance. And then come all the way down onto your back. If you're needing some support for your lower back, you can use your rolled up blanket like this or a pillow underneath the backs of your knees. And then lying down, take your time to really set it up so that you can feel comfortable to just be still and be present. Closing the eyes, relaxing the whole body, and letting go of controlling the breath. We'll be here for a few minutes before we end with a short pranayama and guided meditation. As you stay a little longer in Shavasana, lying down with your eyes closed, I invite you to begin scanning your physical body. How does it feel now? Notice the quality of the breath. How does your energy feel now? And then notice how your body wants to begin moving first, taking your time little by little to gradually wake your body up from corpse pose. Find your own path of least resistance to eventually rise into a comfortable seated position. Gift your body the ability to breathe well and easily by sitting tall and having an open heart space, letting the whole body relax as you soften the shoulders down and feeling grounded as you evenly root your sitting bones. As we practice a grounding breathing technique, which will be part of our guided meditation, you might place your hands in a mudra that offers the feeling tone that complements your intention for your practice. If the energy is that of grounding, you can bring the thumb and first fingers to touch and let the palms rest face down in your lap. If it's more of inner balance, evenness of mind, you might stack the palms face up on your lap. Let the thumb tips gently touch. Or you can also place a hand to the heart, a hand to the lower belly to help you tune inward. Now finding stillness physically, close your eyes or steady a gentle gaze on one spot on the ground in front of you. This breathing technique is called Samavriti Pranayama, box breathing, known to help relax the nervous system and help bring peace and clarity of mind. So as you sit tall and relaxed, closing the lips, we're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold the breath for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts, and hold the breath out for 4 counts. That's one cycle. Let's practice 3 cycles of box breathing together and 3 cycles on your own before we breathe naturally and move into meditation or sitting meditation. So prepare to start by emptying this breath. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going, 3 more cycles. Taking your time when you're finished, allow the breath to flow naturally. And allow a few moments to observe how you feel.